shrine. Oh, a Hudson sign. Right. Cave. Hudson sign. Korok seed. Hey, the good old stone talus is still there. Ah, memories. Right. Korok seed. Korok seed. Cave, which is the Shrine of Resurrection. Korok seed start point. Hail, real spawn, welcome. Hail, what did I miss? We've got our way. We've finished the tundra. We've now unlocked a new area of the map, and I'm currently marking up the seeds around the Great Plateau. Oh, we've also done all of the sky. We've got enough for one more heart container and 2 sages spirits, or essence of sages, or whatever you want to call it, and a bunch of old maps as well, which we need to clear at some point in the underworld or in the depths, whichever one you want to call it. That's all the Korok seeds marked. No, there isn't. There is one literally where the first Korok seed of Breath of the Wild was. Or at least I'm calling it the first seed of the Korok seed of Breath of the Wild, because that's the first one I think most people found, isn't it? Mount Hylia, there's one in there. I think that's most of them. If I've missed one, I've missed one. Right, I can't do that section because that's still in shit. So we go to that section. There is a gacha machine. I was going to say Korok machine there, but no, that's not it. Korok seed there. Korok seed there. Yay! 2 chasms that you're going to have to explore. Yes. Yes, I will. But I'll try and beeline few other things first. Korok seed there. Oy. Ah, that's on the maps. Okay, okay. Korok seed there. Korok seed there. Well, there. Korok seed there. Great Fairy Fountain is. There is a well there that I will mark. There. 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 Fire Electric Glico there. Game there, which I've already seen, but I was not in the mood to start faffing around with Goron mini games at the time. Roxy there. Hudson sign there. Roxy there. Putting me to sleep, right? Nearly done, I hope. Roxy there. Roxy there. There. Well there. Double Korok seed start point there. Oh, it's never ending. Oh, for the love. Right, Korok Seed there. And sign there. Korok Seed there. There. Korok Seed there. There. Korok Seed there. Korok Seed there. 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 And this is why I do this in sections. Otherwise, I will be completely stuck for a lot of it. Right. Korok Seed there. Either that or I'll spend an eternity just doing all of this rather than doing it in more manageable bite-sized chunks. Hinox there. Don't tell us there. Not that I'll remember what either of those are come the time we actually get close to them. Korok Seed there. There. Did I right? Korok Seed there. Korok Seed there. Oh, can I please be done with this? Right. Hey, it's a Tory Mountain. Cherry Blossom there. Oh, I've already done that shrine. Mom. Double Korok Seed start. There. 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 Mark that Hudson sign. There. Eve entrance there. What's there? I don't know if I've got all the Korok Seeds. If I'm honest. Suppose I'll know when I start clearing them off the map, but... Oh, Gordon Bennett, that's a lot. Right, we are starting with the Great Plateau. I'm not doing my usual, oh, we'll work clockwise or counterclockwise. No, this time we are starting from the Great Plateau. Oh, it has an end. Yes, it will eventually. And I think we might actually witness Ezio cry when he reaches 100%. I wouldn't put it past me at that point. Actually, nah, I wouldn't probably cry at that. I'd probably just collapse in my chair and be a bit catatonic for a while. Or, when we get to the last 1,000 of the Korok Seed, a repeat of what happened last time, where I completely lost it. But we'll see. I've only cried twice on stream, once at the end of Metro Exodus and once at the end of Skyward Sword. I think they were the only 2 times. 2 times in my memory, at any rate. 6 years to make this, and all they did was take away all of the Sheikah Guardian stuff, replace it with Pura stuff, and add 100 more seeds, add the depths, add the Sky Islands, and add a bunch of more armor. Yep. Because of the stories in them? Yeah, pretty much. Well, sometimes the story and the music at the time, but yeah, mainly the story. Mainly the story. Yeah. Right. I mean, they're all recorded in the archive, though admittedly Metro Exodus I didn't have a face cam, so... Right. Forward a bit. You know what I want to try and do? Where is it? I think it's there. Where's the old man's cave? I wonder if the old man's shack is still there. Yeah. How about that? Been a long time since we were first here. No Sheikah Tower. Oh well. Admittedly, there wasn't one at the start of the game either. Yeah, the old man. Oh no, there it is. There's the old man's cave. This campfire's still there as well. Right. You know what we must do. Shrine of Resurrection. A few more bits of foliage than I remember. Go. Yep, there's the drop. And, Yep, yeah, there we... Wait. Imagining things, or is it a bit more... Well, and again, it's not had anyone... Well... Kind of light nearby. Oh, fair enough. This is, This isn't right. Nope! One, the cave would not look like this even if you pulled out the Shrine of Resurrection to scrap it for parts, because those stalagmites would not have formed in that amount of time. But there was also a massive cave underneath here, complete with all the Sheikah technology, and you're just saying it's a hot spring. So Link just recuperated in a hot spring. It was bigger as well, for a start. What's underwhelming? What the Shrine of Resurrection looks like, or my reaction to it? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm just tired. I am tired of just all that I enjoyed and all the lore and theory crafting I had with Breath of the Wild. And somebody's basically just... The Shrine of Resurrection, what it looks like. The Shrine of Resurrection has been turned just into a hot spring. You could have gone so much further with it. You could have had it looking cobwebbed and archaic. You could have had a research team here studying the abilities of the shrine. You could have sealed it up so with a great stone tablet to say, here is the Shrine of Resurrection, let none use it again, or something. But no. Basically, you've just turned it into a generic cave with a bubble frog and a hot spring. Nintendo better have an exceptionally good storyline in whatever Sheikah DLC that they may put out, because as it stands, this is crap. This is so underwhelming for a sequel to Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry, but it just is. Acknowledge it physics-wise, yeah, it's brilliant. The Ultra Hand, yes. The flying mechanics, yes, that's probably what took most of the years of development. The graphics are the same. Core gameplay is the same. Weapon systems the same. Gliding systems the same. Music's pretty much the same. Maybe a bit more voice acting here and there. A lot of the character models are exactly the same as they were in the previous game. Oh, good, you've got the sky, marvellous. You've got the depths, marvellous. But where's the story? Where's the lore? Where's the thread tying it all together? Instead, you've just got an open world of basically Zeldas in the past doing stuff. Save the day and defeat Ganondorf. That's the basic. That's the sheer basic entry level of any Zelda game. Save the princess, defeat the king of evil. Where's the stuff tying it back to the lore? Even at this point, I don't care where it is in the previous timelines. Where's the stuff tying it back to the previous game? Where is the stuff tying it back to Breath of the Wild? Oh, well, we've got a few shrines knotting around the place saying, in remembrance of those lost during the Great Calamity. What Great Calamity? If I came to this game fresh, I see those saying, in memory of the Great Calamity by Zelda. We hear stories of the Great Calamity from Zelda. Where are the scars on the landmark? Where are all of the decaying guardians in a clean-up effort? Where's a newly formed royal guard saying Zelda made us so we could protect the people of this kingdom as we rebuild? Where is Hyrule Castle being under reconstruction? Yes, the castle is up in the sky, but the castle looks exactly the same as it did in the previous game. It's still decayed. All the decayed bits are still pretty much the same. A few alterations here and there. But other than that, where are the dickens is any link back to the previous game? Where is any evidence that you have actually advanced things? Because I don't see any. All of the Guardians, all of the champions, and all of the Divine Beasts, they're gone. There was no mention of Rivali in Rito Village. I mean, I can't complain too much about that. It's Rivali, but still, there was no mention of him. No mention of this legendary Rito hero from 100 years ago. No mention of the great beast, the divine beast Valmado, and shooting a laser beam, and the destruction of the Calamity, or what happened years ago. No, apparently not. All of the Sheikah shrines have gone. They've just ripped it out. 10 out of 10, my great Patuki. Also, take a swig, take a swig, take a swig. Right, okay, well, in order. Okay, yeah, in order. I'm just this. I don't like people messing with lore. I just don't. It's just a fundamental grievance I have. Also, hail Hodlin. And cheers. Yeah. Also, cheers. Last waifu of the moment. Minfilia. Final Fantasy XIV. Mainly because I found out that she likes beer. So, you know what? She's gone up another waifu notch, in my opinion. Want to know what I think they genuinely done? Went back to the base map of Breath of the Wild before all the Sheikah stuff had been added in and just added in the Purah stuff instead. I don't think so. Well, no, that the build was too finalized at that point. They have literally spent 6 years cutting out the Sheikah Towers and stuff. And I'm wondering, now that you've said that, if that is purely just time saving. They were crunching and under stress, so what they did is they removed the assets, just stuck in a generic rock base. And that's it. I mean, the cave is just generic. It's one in a dime a dozen. You could probably copy and paste a cave. If we had Nintendo here, she'd probably be able to explain it. She's the game dev, but a game dev. Not she didn't work on Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, by the way. But yeah, I don't think so. I think they have. I think it isn't anything sort of corner. Some of it might have been corner cutting because of budget restraints, and time constraints. But a lot of it feels just like incompetence, and that's the real shame of it all. It just feels like not even incompetence. It just felt like nobody cared. It's just, oh well, we'll make the same game and it'll print money, and they weren't wrong. This game has printed Nintendo. Between this and the Super Mario Brothers movie, this game, mainly this has printed Nintendo money, a lot of money. But even now, apart from tooling, there are things I like. I like tooling. I like having the ghost sage running around with me. It feels like I've actually got a companion. That's where Nintendo's listened. But everything else, I mean, running down here, it's just Breath of the Wild. There's nothing to markedly different. There's nothing to show that people... The Great Plateau could have been a sort of reserve of untouched because of its position, and it would have been too awkward for the Hylian Guard to get up here and fix everything. This could have been like a small slice of Breath of the Wild in a world that's changing, but it's just... It hurts. It just hurts. This game could have been so much more. It could have been so much more. As a fan, that hurts. Just does. But I'm not quitting on it just yet. Here is the Great Korok of the Great Plateau. First one that we meet. There is another cave-looking thing there. Full of shrooms. Same more powerful Switch is released next year. Would you be mad if they added a Switch to upgrade for this game? Switch to upgrade? I don't think the game needs an upgrade for the Switch. I just think it needs a more powerful console to run it. As simple as that. This game works fine. In terms of in terms of programming, it's optimized. Well, no, it's not optimized. It's not optimized fully. Probably as much as they could optimize it for the console. It's a case, not so much. It just needs more power behind it. Simple as that. It's a stable game. The game works fine. It's not crashed on me. It's not glitched out on me. It just chugs, and that, in my mind, is not an optimization issue. That is basically the game is just struggling on the last-gen hardware. I mean, Switch was last-gen when it first came out, to be honest. So, yeah. You know how Sony upgraded their PS4 to PS5 games? Yes, I get what you mean. Where, like, Director's Cut of Ghost of Tsushima, where they've added in the extra bits and pieces. Sure, but there's not much I can see them adding to this one. They can patch things up with the lore and DLC, but I don't know. Thin Shrine. Golden Goddesses still have a presence, and that annoys me. Some things are lost to history, but at the same time, not even the Great Deku Tree. Just... I've never figured it out. I'm sure if I read through the interviews, I'd have a better idea of what's going on, but still, just... Oh, well. Looks like there's a Lionel over here. There's a black goblin. We'll see from the top of the temple. Oh no, wait, no, that's just where I was. Also, hail Raiders! Hail Turbo! Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Vortex. My name is Ezio, and I will be your guide this evening as we venture forth into the world of the Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, as we explore the Great Plateau, as I slowly lose what will I have and sanity as I wrap my head around the fact that Breath of the Wild doesn't exist in this game. Either way, how was the stream, Turbo? And hail Stray Girl, welcome. You know what? I shall also throw in a shout out. Yeah, I've also discovered that the Shrine of Resurrection is now just a generic cave with a hot spring in it. I won't repeat myself because everyone who's here doesn't need to hear me wax lyrical about it again, but you missed the rants on all. You missed the rant of all rants when you found the Shrine of Resurrection. I mean, yeah, the man has a. Oh yes, of course, right. I mean, in terms of ruins as ruins go, maybe this stands to reason. Even the temple... No Guardians. All the Guardians have just been eradicated. You can't even say that it was the research teams who removed the Guardians from the Great Plateau to build the wretched Pura Towers. Not that I hold it against Pura, but still, it just eradicated them all off the map. I'm sure now it's a memory issue thing. It's a technical thing. I'm sure that's why they removed them. The amount of assets they would have needed and the amount of memory space to load them in. When you consider that you've got to have the depths and the sky, and maybe not the depths, I think the depths might be a different loading area, but certainly the sky elements, it is entirely possible that basically what they've done is they've eradicated every single Guardian off the map, every single tower and previous Sheikah Shrine, just to save on memory capacity because the Switch is so underpowered. That's the only thing I can wrap my head around, short of pure vindictiveness, to just cut out the entirety of Breath of the Wild. I'm sure this is just a memory thing. This is a technical thing, because they can't run this game on the current Switch, which boggles the mind why they decided to do an OLED version of the Switch, rather than an upgraded version of the Switch. Oh yes, well done, you've put a more powerful screen, which will strain the GPU more, in a different version of the Switch with the same core processor. Why not just upgrade the Switch and make a Switch Pro? And then you could have turned the Switch Pro into, I don't know, use this as the flagship game for the Switch Pro. And you could say, well, there you go, this will work. And it's just... I hate when people mess with lore. This is one of my great annoyances, is when people mess with lore. Hated it with Assassin's Creed. I despise it with Zelda. I don't like... I despised it with Doctor Who. I don't like people screwing around with the lore. And this just feels like an insult. Just a blatant insult. Everything I did in Breath of the Wild, you're saying it doesn't exist anymore. 6 months of my life I put into that game. And it's completely been obliterated in this one. Oh yeah, well, thank you for playing our game, but it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't exist. Just focus on this game. Buy product. Get excited for next product. I just... Maybe I will write that Legendarium for Zelda. I know, boring. Yes, you're having quite the existential crisis here. I am annoyed. I am very much annoyed about this. Yeah, depths and sky have a ton of memory unless the depths darkness means nothing until you light it. I'm thinking it does have substance before you light it because that's just the lighting function. I'm guessing what the thing is with the sky. You always see the sky, obviously. You're on the ground and you can look into the sky and you see all of the things. The render distance isn't that great in the game, but you see elements in the sky. With the depths, it doesn't quite matter because once you drop into a chasm, that can be a loading area. That's probably why the chasms are so long, is the Switch is quickly loading a bunch of assets for the depths into memory because it can just get rid of the sky and the ground and just go. Because the only way out of the depths is you quick travel to a shrine, at which point you have the loading screen, so the game can just basically wipe that part of the memory, and then go re-upload the sky and the ground into the current memory set. So yes, I think it's just so they could add in the sky. I think they couldn't load in all of the Guardian assets because it would take up too much of the graphic memory, even the system memory. I don't know. It's probably an SoC in the Switch. I think it definitely is an SoC in the Switch, so it'll probably be a combination. I think the graphic memory and the system memory, sure, but I don't know. I need to look into the hardware on it, but still, I think it's very much. I think it's likely that's why it is. I think that's why they got rid of them. They couldn't load. They couldn't afford the memory cost of having all of the Guardian corpses, all of the towers, and all of the shrines, as well as all of the new shrines. Even if they moved the Koroks are probably just bits. They're not that complicated to have into the system. So I think it's just technical limitation. Would it have killed them to put in a lore reason, though? You could have easily wrote it into a catch-up or something. Just a cutscene at the start of the game of someone like Zelda. Zelda perfectly explaining what had happened. Give a brief recap of the calamity, and then have a brief explanation of all the Sheikah stuff just disappeared. After that, that opens you up to the DLC, if at all possible. It also means that people aren't going to look at all the missing Guardians and go, oh, wait, where did they go? No, they go, oh, right, but Zelda told us what happened. They all disintegrated after the Calamity was defeated, because it was defeated for the final time, and Link defeated it, and it was sealed forever, and therefore all of the Sheikah technology, its purpose complete, just disappeared from the land. Leave a few Guardian corpses knocking around to show that something had happened, but otherwise you could have just got rid of that. But no, apparently not. No, we couldn't have had that in the lore. We're just going to gloss over it. Okay, fine, brilliant, really dumb idea. You're a bigger man than I, to be honest. You're a bigger man than I, to be honest. I would have stopped playing when I saw the Shrine of Resurrection, because if Nintendo doesn't care, then why should I? This is war now. This is just war. I've said that before. I said that when I saw the materials list for the full upgrades. This is war. That's another thing. To upgrade everything. Oh, well, I have to stock up on all of the stuff. I'm playing item management. I know I'm not playing the game as intended. I'm supposed to go through, do the story normally, and then I upgrade everything after the fact. But still, I'm not giving up on this. I am getting that 100%. I am going to fight tooth and nail until we get that 100%. And the Guardian... What? I am trapped under the water behind the stone gate of the Great Plateau. Okay. They didn't even do a Simpsons with Poochie. Well, I have to go back to my home planet. Goodbye. Poochie died on the way home. You get only one Guardian and... like it. Wait, you get one Guardian and like it, apparently. At one of the research buildings. I can't think of the names. Yeah, it's at the Hatino Research Lab. It's on the roof. Unless it's in the Akala Research Lab, which we've not got to, because that was an entire scrapyard of Guardians. Right, okay, that wasn't even a sub-story. Right, okay, well, fine. We will go and find the flooded gate of water and rescue whatever, whoever. But first, is that wall more collapsed than I remember? Probably not, actually. What about the forest where the Guardian Wall was? What about Hatino Fields, where Link fell, and there was entire armies of Guardians, where Zelda unlocked her power, and I don't... Hey, nearly. We are not repeating Breath of the Wild. Well, there's the Golden Goddesses. Yeah, they got rid of the goddesses. They've got Hylia, but what does she do? Where's my froggy gear? Sorry, froppy gear. It's fitting that it's raining when trying to climb. Yep. Game is pretty much summing up my feelings at the moment. No sign of the king, but in fairness, the king has passed on to the afterlife. Same with the Guardians. You know what? That's one of the things. I can understand the spirits of the champions having found rest. That's fine. That was a part of the game that was closed off. I found the nostalgic fabric. Tough fabric bearing a nostalgic design. It looks like it could be made into a paraglider. So basically, it's the paraglider from Breath of the Wild. It's the king's paraglider. But I won't use it because I quite like Midden's paraglider. I thought it was supposed to be a King Glico there. Evidently not. Oh, it stopped raining though. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I need to find the Koroks these, don't I? Right, well, there's going to be one on the roof. And now, this time around, we've got full stamina, so it doesn't matter. You got to admit, falling off the Temple of Time in Breath of the Wild was hilarious. Yeah, the first 10 deaths of the run were me basically trying to climb to the roof of the Temple of Time and falling to my death. See, that's what I meant. Entire Sky Islands. I think it's a memory issue. I think Nintendo overstretched themselves. I mean, the Sky Islands are interesting, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm not entirely sure what purpose they serve. Now, here's a question. Do we have a repeat? With Hoodlum reminding me of the hilarity of me climbing to the roof of the Temple of Time in Master Mode in Breath of the Wild. Do we have a repeat where the game decides to lock me to the roof of the Temple of Time, and will I have to die in order to unlock it? Let us find out. No, is the answer. I'm guessing the Korok seed is in this buttress thing. Perfect introduction to Master Mode. Though the perfect introduction to Master Mode was me dying to that Bokoblin about 6 times. Aha. Okay, that's one plus I can appreciate, is that I can get into this tower. Which I couldn't in Breath of the Wild, I think. Actually, I could have probably. I probably could have, actually. Ta-da! Right, that's 2 Korok seeds done. I want to see if the old man's hut's there. Probably is. Probably not got anything in it. Just